Good morning, guys. Welcome back to another video. So we made it to the weekend. It's Saturday. Yeah, I came to the park to run a little bit. So I guess fun to get ready with me. So yeah, get ready with me. So far I've been at work, the new job, for 2 days. Um, wow, it's been a lot. It's been a lot. I actually am surprised. I'm not doing what I used to do at the other place, so I assumed that I would, but putting the packets together, I'm not doing that. Um, so that's actually another department, and I didn't get hired for that. So I got hired for e-filings. E-filings are something that you submit to the court via email, via online. That's why it's called e-filing. However, it's very detail oriented, and it's a lot of responsibility, because if you do it wrong, I think some of the cases the courts charge like $1,430. So yeah, that's a big mistake. 1,430 just because you left something out or something like that. Usually though, they're like $8, but for like a class action lawsuit, yeah, there's a lot of parties involved, and it can get pricey. But I think they're not gonna trust me with that for now. So that's good. I don't want to do that. But the person that was training me did like 3 in front of me, like nothing. So that was pretty intense. Let's see. So yesterday, an older gentleman. It was just like a really cool moment. He reminded me of my uncle, my dad's brother. He came up to me. He's like, "How's it going? What's your progress looking like towards the end of the day?" And I'm like, "It's going good. I'm working on something." I'm kind of defensive. I don't know why. I was like kind of looking at him like, "What do you want?" And he was like, "Well, my name is so and so," and I think he kind of felt that I was like isolated, and he didn't want me to feel that way. Which, looking back on it, I really appreciate that, because no one was really paying me attention at first. And he kind of was like, "No, we can't do that. He's part of the team. Like, he's not going anywhere." So he took it upon himself to like literally walk me around the entire office and like meet every single person and introduce them. I was pretty, well, intimidated, but I wasn't like nervous or anything. I just feel like it's good to know everyone, even if you don't know them like on a deep level, but just to put a face to the name and kind of know the law of the land. So we went to every single department and introduced myself. They had like a phone list with everyone's name and extension. So I kind of like, okay, we're going to like records. Okay, let me go ahead and meet these 5 employees there. Accounting department, let me go ahead and meet these 3 ladies, etc. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I've always wanted to be an accountant. Growing up, I was very slow with math, and it was like one of my weaknesses. So like during a time in my life, I would say like early teens, I took it upon myself to really get familiar and comfortable with math, so that it wouldn't be something that held me back. So I dove into it, and I just saw it as a game, like a puzzle. When I took that approach, it made me appreciate it and actually think math was fun. I did become a math tutor. So yeah, I think I ended up changing that relationship. And I feel like you can do that with anything in life. Like if you struggle with anything, you should like become its best friend. I feel like you have no choice but to be good at it once you tell yourself, okay, I'm not gonna ignore you. Like, I'm gonna freaking, you know what I mean? Like, I think that's what you have to do, is you have to face things. You can't ignore them. I know I've ignored a lot of things in life, and they never go away. They just become bigger. So you have to face everything in life. Eventually, it will face you, and not in the way that you want it to. So you just have to face it. So yesterday I did get harassed on the train. There was a group of kids, I guess like teenagers, and they were telling me stuff like, "Hey, you weirdo! Like, what are you doing here?" But then I just ignored them. I pretended like I didn't hear them, and I walked down the platform of the train, and there was three. Like I said, there's a lot of police now, so there was three police officers, and they sure enough shut the fuck up right away. I was like, "Yeah, say something, say something." They actually got spooked. So good, I'm glad the police and security is more present now, because when I was younger, there wasn't that many police. I guess the budget wasn't good or something. I think the mayor at the time just cut a lot of resources. Who was the mayor at the time? I don't remember. But yeah, they cut a lot of resources, and there wasn't a lot of police presence. It was very chaotic and scary. Actually, one of my neighbors, I think it came on the news because he confronted someone that was harassing an older woman, and my friend ended up getting murdered. Well, he wasn't a friend. He lived on my street, but he ended up getting murdered. I know that came out on the news. I do remember him. I didn't know him, but I knew of him because his family was very poor. I just remember that. And there was like 5 or 6 of them. And yeah, I remember he was the oldest. It was really sad. But yeah, I distinctly remember him. It was sad. It was a really sad, sad way of going. I think he ended up getting stabbed. It's scary. It's really scary. Especially as a transgender person. You will get, I've never, mind you, in my entire life, I've never been publicly harassed that way. So there's no other reason for me to believe that it was other than the fact that I was trans presenting. That's never happened to me before, ever. And yeah, that was pretty scary. Because like all my strength is gone, so I can't really fight like I used to. Physically, you just can't. Oh my god. So yeah, back to the story. So he took me around. We met everyone, and then because the person training me is really good, but he just goes too fast. I think he doesn't have the patience to like explain it to you as if you've never seen it before, because he's been doing that for 3 years. So to him, it's like second nature. But I've never seen all the shortcuts. This man was like, "Did they give you the shortcut list?" I was like, "No, that actually would help." He's like, "Oh, here's the shortcut list, and I do it this way." And I was like, "Yeah, that sounds easier, or better to understand." The other guy was like telling me, "Well, the shortcut is F2, but I like to use dash, so just use dash." I was like, "No, if all the shortcuts are F something, I'm just gonna stick to that, to F, because it's gonna throw me off when I'm like, okay, what did this dash mean again? If I memorize it in terms of F1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, then I know exactly what I'm doing. I'm not gonna be like asterisk, dash, plus, minus, equal sign. Like, no, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is easier." So I just felt like he understood the way my brain worked. I made it a lot simpler. He said Monday we'll go over the shortcuts. And here's my extension. Call me anytime if you have any questions. I really appreciate that. It's gonna make my life easier. I kind of got the sense that they kind of throw you in there, and then whether or not you sink or swim, they bring you back. So I felt like that was my unofficial review for the week. Because he's a higher up. He's like one of the senior staff. And yeah, I'm coming back Monday, so I think it went like good. I survived. I actually did my first filing yesterday. It was like an $8 summary judgment, but it was a filing with the court. Superior Court. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. Gonna get this little workout in. I'm trying to eat healthier because I see myself ballooning. And my brother's a nurse, and he told me, he's like, you're not diabetic. I don't know why your doctor's telling you that you are. I feel like the doctors, they do get paid for prescribing you meds, because this doctor's been trying to push metformin, which is a diabetic medicine, on me for a while. And she also got me on Ozempic and all these other like cholesterol and blood pressure medications she wants to push on me, and I'm like, I don't need that. Like, I just need exercise and a healthy lifestyle. Like, why are you trying to solve all of my problems with pills? I actually do think they get a cut from the pharmacy company for prescribing me, and that's okay. I let her prescribe it because she pressures me, but I just don't take it. Instead, I'm coming to the park and running 3 miles, and that's what I'm going to continue doing, because I'm not trying to get addicted to anything. And I feel like your body will respond by actually giving you that freaking disease that you're trying to prevent because of the medication you're taking. Something in me is telling me it's going to trigger it. So I'm not trying to introduce it to anything else, because it's already going through a lot with the medication for the transition. It's going through a lot already. So I don't want to be taking like 10 pills a day. As someone who lives with people that have diabetes, all the men in my family have diabetes. I'm not trying to become another statistic. I'm trying to avoid that life. I see my dad, how he has to remember to carry all those pills everywhere he goes, and it's a big hurdle because sometimes he can't travel because the meds haven't come in, or he forgot it, and then he has to send for like a special courier, or a family friend has to hand deliver it to like a remote part of Mexico that he's in, his village. That's just too much. I can't do that. I don't want to be dependent on medication, so yeah, trying to do something about it. We'll see. You see it. We'll see. Thank you so much. I'll talk to you soon.